All right, so today is the 6th of April, 2021. As usual, this session is recorded for your own references, and also in case you miss out anything that we have discussed in this class, you can refer back to the recording, which will be uploaded in the YouTube, and I will share the link in our WhatsApp group later on. Okay, right. So again, Assalamualaikum and a very good morning, everyone. So this is week 6. Okay, and inshallah, within this week, I'm going to release your marks for your first assessment. Okay, your marks for your first assessment will be released within this week, inshallah. Okay, all right. So let me share the screen with all of you. Okay, about the topics that we are going to cover for today. All right, so basically, if you can see my screen now, we are now in week 6. Okay, and then week 6 is effective from 5th until 11th of April. Okay, from 5th until 11th of April. So we are now in week 6, and we are supposed to continue about video resume. Okay, we are supposed to continue about video resume. Let me plug in the thing first over here. All right. Okay, so what we are going to do about video resume. Okay, last week we have discussed about elevator pitch. Okay, marketing yourself. And then I hope that you have go through the notes on the content of the video resume in Kalam. So this week we are going to continue with video resume language forms and functions, and also delivery skills. Okay, why video resume is because nowadays, if you're talking about applying for a job, okay, some of the companies or the potential employer that you are planning to work with, okay, they are looking for candidates who can convince them and make them to choose you as the most suitable candidate for the position that you are applying. So in this case, how to make yourself or how to market yourself, okay, one of the ways that you can use is by preparing a video resume. Okay, so what is it about video resume? Right, so this thing you can get in Kalam. Okay, if you go to Kalam in week 6, okay, you can look at the notes on what is a video resume, and then how to create a video resume, the do's and don'ts. Okay, and then after that, we are going to discuss about assessment 2, your video resume. What are the things that you need to include in your video resume assessment? Okay, so you can download these slides in Kalam. All right, so this is the first slide.
Assalamualaikum and hi everyone. Welcome back to UHL1432. We will resume our lesson by reviewing the topic video resume.
Okay, so you just listen to the recording.
First of all, what is a video resume? A video resume is a short video that is created for employment purposes. It describes the
Class, can you listen to the voice?
No.
No.
Okay, you can listen to the voice. Okay, it comes actually with a voice. Okay, it's a voiceover. But never mind, I'm not going to display in full screen because you cannot listen to it. So what am I going to do now? So I'm going to show the slides to all of you, and then you can just look at it. Okay. All right. So this is about video resume. What's going on with my phone over here? Okay. All right, so what is a video resume? So it is a short video created for employment that describes the individual's skills and qualification. So you are going to highlight your skills and your qualifications. Okay, you're going to highlight your skills and your qualifications. Okay, and then this short video, it is meant for employment purpose. Okay, so when you're going to prepare a video resume, this is not for TikTok, this is not for Instagram story, this is not for Facebook and such, but this is actually for you to get a job. Okay, all right, so you can prepare a video resume, a general one, a generic one, and it may be served for all of the purposes or the job that you are applying, or you can also prepare video resume specially designated for each job that you are applying for. Okay, right. And then number two, a video resume is used to supplement a traditional resume. So remember, you need to have the cover letter, and then after that, with the cover letter, you're going to enclose your resume. So apart from the two things, the cover letter and the conventional resume, the what do you call it, the written resume, you are also going to prepare a video resume whereby perhaps, okay, you can upload it to YouTube, and then you put it into general or unlisted, okay, or public or unlisted, and then you're going to share the link to the video resume to the potential employer that you're applying for the job with. Okay, so that is about video resume. Remember, the purpose of you preparing it is to get a job. Okay, so the purpose of you having it is to get a job. Right, let me open it for you. Okay, so remember, the main purpose of you preparing a video resume, the main purpose of you preparing a video resume is actually to, let me erase this first. Right, so it is a video resume. Okay, and then it is for job application. All right, it is for job application. Okay, and in the video resume, you are going to highlight your skills and your qualification. Okay, class, can you see the screen?
Can, sir.
Okay, all right, so that is about video resume. Okay, next. So be prepared to talk about your personal history. Okay, your personal history here, meaning that you're going to describe about you. Okay, you're going to describe about you and something that is related to the job that you are applying for. Okay, so maybe you can highlight that you graduated from University Malaysia Pahang, for example, okay, majoring in computer science. All right, and then you got your initial education, okay, your primary education at which school, and then you move into the next stage, and then you are allowed to enter UMP, for example. Okay, next you highlight what are your good qualities. Okay, for instance, you can highlight that you're good at leadership skills. Okay, you know how to manage your time well. All right, and then you are able to work in a group. Okay, then you can highlight your work-related skills. Okay, for example, if you're good at AutoCAD, so in the video itself, you can highlight your ability to use AutoCAD. Okay, or you are good at Adobe Illustrator, okay, or Adobe Photoshop. So you can showcase how you are working well with both of the platform or application. Okay, and then lastly, do not forget to highlight your education and your experience. Okay, so it is a bit similar like personal history, but this time around for education, you're going to be a bit specific. Okay, you can highlight that you have graduated from University of Malaysia Pahang with the CGPA of what, 3.5, for example, and then your working experience, if you have, or any kind of experiences that is related to the job that you are applying for. For instance, okay, you have undergone your internship at Google Malaysia Sdn Bhd, for example. Okay, so when you are highlighting that kind of experiences, you are actually trying to sell yourself to the potential employer. So you are telling them, so with this experience, okay, I will be the most suitable candidate for this position, and I will be the one that you are looking for. Okay, so please highlight on all of these information when it comes to preparing for a video resume. All All right, a 60-second template will help you, whereby, okay, you are going to start with the introduction. So in the introduction, you need to make the first impression. Okay, how are you going to make the first impression? Okay, some of the videos might showcase that you start by recording it at the entrance of your institution, higher learning institution. For example, okay, you can go to the main entrance of UMP, and then you can record yourself there. Or at this moment, since that you are staying in your home, so you can go to any places, okay, that is might related to the job that you are applying for. Okay, let's say you're applying for Google, applying for a post in Google Malaysia, so you can go, if you're staying in Cyberjaya, okay, so you can go to or if you're staying at KL, okay, you can go to KL Central. The main office of Google Malaysia is there, so you can go there, and then you can showcase, okay, the logo of Google. So it's like you are highlighting. That will be the first impression. Okay, and of course, when you're going to prepare a video resume, the way you dress should be professional. Okay, attractive enough. Of course, you're not going to record yourself by wearing shorts and t-shirt or round neck t-shirt. So you have to wear a proper attire. Okay, then you need to convey your confidence, okay, your liveliness and professionalism. So how are you going to convey your confidence level when you are preparing for the video resume? So you can, instead of reading, okay, for example, you need to get your help, the help from your friends, okay, to hold the script. So instead of reading the script, you need to present, okay? And then you need to be cheerful, liveliness, okay? You need to be cheerful when you are presenting. You need to smile during the recording, and then you need to be professional by, okay, you know where are you going to point. Okay, for example, you are at the entrance of the Google Malaysia office, so you can show the logo. So it shows that you are professional. You are well versed with what you are going to present to the audiences. Okay. Do not forget to introduce yourself and what is your intention. Okay, so in this context, hi everyone, my name is Muhammad Syaful Zaman bin Abdul Majid. Okay, a graduate from University of Malaysia Pahang, majoring in computer science. The reason why I am preparing this video resume is to apply for the post of, okay, graphic designer, for instance. Okay, so please highlight yourself and also what is the intention of you preparing the video resume. So you can look at the example given here. Hello, my name is, okay, you can fill in your name, and I am your next social media marketing director. Okay, so I am your next. So in the future, you are applying for the job, you're hoping to get the job, and the position that you are applying for is social media marketing director. Okay, do you understand me, class?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes,
all
sir.
right. So this is how you are supposed to do it. Okay, moving to the next slide. Right, the selling point. So what is unique about you? What is unique about you? Okay, so in the beginning of the class, you have highlighted what makes you different from the others. Perhaps, okay, you can use at the same time simultaneously, okay, two computers at one time. Give me 1 minute. Okay, so what is unique about you? For example, you can use two desktops at one time simultaneously. So you can highlight that kind of thing. So meaning that at one time you are able to do two tasks, for example. All right. You can also state your accomplishment. Right. Let's say during my internship, okay, I was with Cellcom Malaysia, Cellcom Axiata, and then they sent me to Colombo, okay, to be under the training with the team over there. All right, so that is one of the accomplishments that you can highlight. Okay, something that makes you totally different, and maybe you are very unique in your own way. Okay, all right. Next, incorporate keywords from the job descriptions. Okay, so when you are going to apply for a job, of course, you're going to look at the job advertisement. So in the job advertisement, in the description of the job, okay, you have the keywords. All right. So, for example, you are able to work in a team. So you can perhaps just act it out. Okay, act it out. All right. You can. Where's my Jamboard? Okay, you can just act it out. Okay, you can just. Sorry. Okay, you can act it. All right. So let's say you're good at team working. All right. So what you're going to do, you can get your friends to help you. Okay, like you are discussing about a project. Okay, and somehow you are able to control the group, and you're able to give your ideas regarding the project. So that is about acting it out. Okay, so you look for the job description. Okay, the keywords in the job description, and then you are going to use it for your video resume. Okay, example given here. I have produced campaigns that created awareness for XYZ company by promoting multimedia content across networks and viral contests. All have which increased unique visitors to the company website by 30% after the launch. I am driven, creative, and I will bring solutions to the challenges at your company. Okay, so over here, right, the candidate highlighted about the awareness over here. Okay, and then multimedia content. Okay, because it is related to the job that you are applying for, remember. All right, and then you are highlighting how many percent the visitors, okay, the number of the visitors have been increased to the website. So this is one kind of job description, okay, the keywords for the job descriptions that you can use when you are considering in preparing for your video resume. Okay, so it means that you are highlighting your own experiences based on the job description given. Okay, you use only the keywords and you put it in your video resume by saying it out loud. Okay, not yelling it, but you are actually making it bold, a very bold statement. Okay, I am the person who have done this. Okay, with my own experience, okay, I managed to get 30% more people coming into the website, okay, surfing the website after the launch of it through my own expertise in promoting the multimedia content across networks and viral contests, for example. Okay, so that will be your selling point. Okay, so this is one of the factors why they should be hiring you. Okay, next, call to action. So have a strong closing, okay, meaning that you're going to end your video resume with something that is memorable. Okay, so memorable here meaning that they are going to remember you. What makes you the one that they should be hired, okay, and what makes you different from the others. Okay, and then do not forget to briefly recap what qualifies you for the position. Okay, you recap meaning that you recall. Okay, recall. All right, so in the beginning of the video you have mentioned what makes you different, what are the uniqueness about you, how your qualification and your experiences can help you to get the job, and then at the end of it you just recap or recall what you have told earlier. Okay, and do not forget to say thank you for the employer's time watching and listening to your video resume. Okay, so example given here. Thank you for watching my profile video. I am confident my skills and previous experience will help me to produce even more results for your company. If you're interested or have any questions, feel free to connect with me or even invite me to a video interview. I look forward to hearing from you. So, as simple as similar to your cover letter, whereby in the cover letter you stated that you are looking for an interview opportunity. So the same goes in the video resume. You are expecting after they have watched your video resume, after they have read the cover and also the resume, and then watch your video resume, they are going to call you for an interviewing slot. Okay, so that is the purpose of you having the cover letter, the resume, and also the video resume, because you want them to call you for an interview. And during the interview itself, it's going to be a more lengthy and more, I can say not insightful, but the gist, the content, the real content of your qualifications, your skills, and your experiences. You're going to highlight it when it comes to the what do you call it, the interview process itself. Okay, so video resume is going to be very short. Cover letter is going to be only one page. Resume is going to be maybe one page resume, or the most is going to be 2 pages. Okay, and the same goes to the video resume. So it's going to be very short because you wanted them to call you for an interview, and during the interview itself, you are going to highlight what makes you the one that they are supposed to hire for the position. Okay, right. So use video resume to make you stand out. Okay, remember, when you're going to apply for a job later on, you are not the only candidates. Okay, there may be hundreds, there may be plenty of them. Okay, many of them. So everyone comes with their own qualification, their own experiences, their own skills. So you need to use this kind of opportunity, this kind of platforms to make you stand out compared to the others. Right. Okay, and then when you are preparing for video resume, please make sure that you use this kind of approach, informative versus excessive. Okay, so it means that you need to be creative, but do not cross the line between informative and excessive. Informative, you need to inform. So that is what meant by video resume. You just need to inform your potential employer about you, your skills, your qualification, and your experiences, and you are not going to exaggerate. You know what is exaggerate? Berlebih-lebihan. Okay, so you're not going to put it into excessive form. Okay, too many of it, or maybe something that you don't really have, but you are mentioning about it because it is afraid when they call you for an interview and you couldn't perform what they ask you to do. Okay, so do not be excessive. All right, so informative here, you just include your professional accomplishments, your goals and values. Okay, and on the other hand, being excessive, you include all the irrelevant aspects. Okay, something that they don't want to listen to, right? Or something that you don't have actually. Okay, for example, I am good at programming, but what happened in reality, I don't have any experiences, I don't have any qualification, or I don't even know how to do programming. Okay, because if it is afraid that if they're going to call you for an interview and they ask you to do like a simple programming and you couldn't do it because you exaggerated, okay, or you put it in excessive form about your qualification or your experiences. Okay, right. So the next slide, less is more. Okay, think from an employer's perspective. Remember, when you're going to apply for a job, there are going to be hundreds of them or maybe thousands of them. So to go through each cover letter, each resume, and each video resume will be a very tedious process. Okay, so keep it short, simple, but something that is very interesting. Okay, so attitude, skills, and insight you can bring to the position and company at hand, and you just need to highlight that. Okay, simple things you do, you can elaborate more once you are being called for the job interview. So when you attend the job interview, then you can explain or elaborate more about it. Okay, all right. So market yourself, offer a selling point about yourself or a unique value proposition. Okay, remember, there are going to be hundreds of people with the same qualification or maybe more, okay, compared to you. But how to make sure that you are the one that is going to be picked by the potential employer and to be called upon for an interview process. Okay, so think of an elevator pitch. So I have mentioned about this in our previous class. Remember, you have like maybe 30 seconds just to introduce yourself, okay? And it is a strategy on how they are going to remember you and they are going to call you for an interview, okay? All right. So you can just click the link over here to watch more about elevator pitch, okay? Have a call to action, encourage the employees to contact you. Remember, the cover letter and the video resume will serve this purpose in the sense that you're going to highlight that you are ready to be called for an interview, okay? And then if there is a possibility that the potential employer can also invite you for a video interview, okay? During this pandemic, for example, if you are applying for the job of graphic designer, for instance, okay, you can work from anywhere. So if they are going to call you for an interview, you don't have to go there physically. Instead, you can go through a video interview, okay, maybe using Zoom or Google Meet or Microsoft Teams, and then you can attend the video interview and you can showcase and highlight about all of the achievements, the skills and qualifications that you have mentioned earlier in the cover letter, the resume, and also the video resume. Okay, class? All right, and then given here in the slides are the link to the sample of a good video resume. Okay, so you can click on each of the link later on and watch it. And lastly, it is always seems impossible until it is done. Okay, if you're asking me, say, is it easy to create a video resume? My answer, it is not easy, but you can do it. It is not impossible. It is possible. It will take you some time, perhaps, okay? And you have to get yourself familiar with it, then you can do it, okay? For example, if you're asking me on my experiences preparing instructional video in my YouTube channel, okay, it takes me time, all right, to be able to present in front of the others physically, to be able to present in front of the others virtually will be different, okay? But I learned from that. Okay, the same goes when you're applying for a video resume, you are just talking to the camera, maybe, okay, there's no one else there. So you have to visualize people standing or sitting, listening to your presentation. So that is the reason why you need to present and do not read the slides, okay? Because if you read the slides, you won't have eye contact, you won't smile, okay? So you just reading. So please present instead of reading it. Okay, so any question, class, for the first slide?
No, sir.
Any question?
No, sir.
Okay, are you ready to record your video resume?
Inshallah.
All right.
Thank
If
you.
I'm going to ask you to record it for like 10 minutes and then, okay, let's say I give you 10 minutes, okay, record a 1 minute a video resume. Can you send it to me just now and then, now and at this moment? Can you do it?
No, sir.
All right.
No,
Okay.
sir.
I know you will need more time. Okay, you will need more time. Sometimes, okay, it will be like several takes in order for you to make it a perfect recording. So don't worry because the assessment will be conducted like a digital version. So you will have like an ample time to record, cut it, re-record, and such, and do the editing until you are fully satisfied with your video resume. Okay, right. So if you don't have any other question regarding the first slide, let's move on to the second slide. Okay, so the second slide, it is also in column. Okay, it is also in column. All right. How to create a video resume, the do's and don'ts. Okay, so I have downloaded the slides for all of you. Right, so you can refer to the slides later on your own. So this is on the contents of the video resume, what you are supposed to put in the video resume, and what are you not supposed to do or to put in the video resume. Okay, so here are the 5 tips to create impressive video resume. Step number 1, make sure it is appropriate. Okay, so create video resume if it is relevant to the job that you wanted or you want to do. Okay, for example, let's say you have 2 options. Okay, you have 2 job vacancy that you are applying for. It is not really the same, okay, but you can use your qualification and your experiences. So there are 2 ways or 2 approach of doing it, 2 approaches. Okay, one, you can use a generic video resume, meaning that only one video resume, but it can cater both of the job vacancy. Okay, or another one which is most suitable, okay, which is more suitable, you can create 2 video resume, and each of the video resume serve the own purpose, okay, its own purpose. For example, job A, okay, you create a video resume and it is totally suitable for job A, Okay, and at the same time, you have a vacancy B, a job vacancy B. So you're going to create another video resume that is totally suitable for job B. Okay, so you are going to create based or according to the suitability of the job that you are applying for. So make sure that it is appropriate. Okay, in certain situation, you cannot use one video resume for all of the job that you are applying for. One moment, please. Okay, right. The same goes for cover letter. Okay, when you are going to apply for a job, you cannot use the same cover letter for all of the jobs that you are applying for because it is not suitable. It is not appropriate. Okay, that is tip number one. Okay, tip number two, do not just read out your resume. Okay, so use the video to help the employer get a sense of not just what you have achieved, but what you are capable of achieving and in the future. Okay, so in this context, you are not going to highlight what you have mentioned earlier in the resume. Remember, you're going to have the cover letter, you're going to have the resume, and at the same time, you're going to prepare a video resume. So there are three things that you need to get prepared for when you are going to apply for a job. Okay, right. So you're not going to mention whatever achievement, whatever qualifications or skills that you have achieved in the resume or mentioned in the resume. Instead, in the video resume, maybe you're going to give a hands-on recording about what you have achieved. For example, you know about programming. So instead of saying that I am good at C++, so you can have the camera, okay, focusing on the screen and you sitting in front of the computer, and then you do the programming on your own. So it shows that you really know the language, the programming language. Okay, so and then tell them why you would be the right person to hire and what you can do for them. So you need to go beyond. It is not only about programming language. For example, you can also showcase to them how the programming language that you have learned can be useful when you are preparing for a platform, let's say. Okay, or you're going to design a program specifically for managing the stock intake. For example, you know how to do the programming, okay, from your own experience, your own knowledge, your own qualification, and then you're going to showcase how you use that programming language to create a platform for the stock intake. So a hands-on recording. A hands-on recording here meaning that you're going to highlight, focus on what you are able to do from the knowledge that you have gained. Okay, right. Step number two, still step number two, focus on your experience and skill set, okay, and possible education or training, especially relevant to the position. Okay, and then you're going to highlight here what kind of experiences that you have, what kind of skills that you have learned, okay, and how are you going to use the experiences and the skills to the job that you're going to apply for. Okay, or maybe, right, you can highlight how the working surrounding, okay, and how there will be a possibility if you're going to be hired, you are going to get a chance to further enhance your knowledge, okay, your experiences from the training that you're going to attend later on. Okay, and then if it is appropriate and relevant to the job, talk about your passions. Okay, for passions here, let's say you are good at graphic design, so you like to spend hours, okay, to create your masterpiece, your artwork. Okay, so you can showcase in the video resume. Here are some of my artworks, okay, referring to the graphic designing experience or knowledge that I have gained through years. Okay, so you can highlight it. Next, okay, tip number three, keep it short. 1 minute is the most ideal duration. Remember, you are not the only one applying for the job. Okay, there will be hundreds or maybe thousands of them. So the shorter your video will be, the more tactful, the more useful, the more important content that you highlighted in the video, there will be like a higher chance that you're going to be called for an interview. So you do not go more than 1 minute. Okay, so 1 minute is the most ideal duration. Or if you have many things to go or to explain or to describe, okay, so stay within 2 minutes, the maximum. Okay, do not go beyond 2 minutes. So 1 to 2 minutes should be very ideal for when you are going to apply or when you are going to prepare for a video resume. Okay, make it short and sweet. All right, people will remember you. I know that you are the generation of Twitter, for example. Okay, when you tweet, it's not going to be very long. It is short, but people will remember your tweet. So the same goes in preparing for a video resume. Okay, so a video resume should be short, but from the video resume, they will remember you. Okay, right, and then lastly, for point number or tip number 3, think of a video as your personal teaser trailer. Okay, so you have waited to watch Fast and Furious 9, for example. Okay, so you watch the trailer, the teaser, and the same goes for your video resume, meaning that once you have watched the trailer or the teaser, you wanted to watch the whole thing. Okay, so for a video resume, it is going to be a trailer or a teaser about you. So they are going to call you for an interview, and during the interview session, you are going to showcase who you really are. All right, so make it like that. Okay, the video resume is like a teaser of who you are actually in reality, and they will be calling you to know more about you during the interview process. Okay, right, point number 4 or tips number 4, do not be afraid to be creative. So if you're asking me, sir, later on for assessment 2, the video resume, can we edit it? Yes. Okay, right, it's like a TikTok application, okay, whereby when you record yourself and then you just point your fingers here and there, and then all of the wordings will pop up, appear. So you can do something like that. So if you're good at any of the editing, video editing software, so you can use it, right? So be creative but professional. So it suits the context of you preparing the video resume. Okay, you cannot simply put all of the elements of creativity, but it is not professional. Okay, and then to be creative, you must be able to use your pitch, okay, correctly. So intonation, all right, when you're going to highlight some of the information, you're going to put a pitch higher on that particular thing, meaning that this is the most important thing that you should listen to. Okay, use of humor, all right, if you're good at cracking a joke, so you can do that, but no silly jokes, okay, please. All right, clever production values or brilliant editing. Okay, so again, I have mentioned to you, if you're good at a video editing software, so you can use it, and make sure when you do the editing part, it's going to be very, very professional or very, what do you call it, interesting. Okay, I can't remember the name of the person, the Malaysian, okay, who is doing about the same, is called Sofian. Okay, Sofian, right, the editing, the video editing is very very nice. Okay, I've watched it in YouTube. Okay, the name of the US person, the man, I can't remember the name, but the video editing is like very interesting. So it's like you are going through something, okay, while you're doing your job, okay, and then suddenly you feel thirsty, and then you can draw the image of a glass of water, and then you just pick it out, okay, just like that. Zach King, okay, Zach King, the name of the YouTuber, the name of the YouTube content creator, Zach King. Okay, so you can have that kind of editing if it suits the purpose of you applying for the job, right? So be professional. The choice of wardrobe, okay, not the wardrobe physically, but the clothings, right? So please avoid shorts, round neck t-shirts, unless if the job that you are applying for requires you to dress in that kind of attire. Okay, and then stay classy in the sense that you are who you are. Okay, you are very special in your own way. You don't have to be others. All right. Okay, and then this is the last tip for a video resume. Make sure it passes the share test. Okay, do not put content out there that you wouldn't be prepared to see go viral. Okay, so we are living in 2021. Everything is about viral now. Okay, so do not simply put things over here on the social media, for example. Okay, something that is silly, something that is stupid, that might go viral just like that. Okay, and I am asking you to be professional in the sense that if you wanted to go viral, show something that is very good. Okay, so it is unlikely your video resume will become an overnight internet sensation. Okay, it's not going to happen normally, but it is possible. Okay, imagining that scenario is a good test to make sure you could cope if it did. Let's say your video resume is totally different, something that is outstanding. So there is a possibility once you share it in your social media network, for example, in LinkedIn, okay, if you're going to apply for a job, okay, and then it will went viral. So just make sure that if it is turning to be a viral thing, people will like it because of how good you are at preparing the video resume, not how silly you are at preparing the video resume. Okay, so if the thought of your friends and family watching the clip embarrasses you, then do not submit it. Okay, so it takes practice. Okay, class. So I know what you are having now. The problem is, okay, you are shy of recording yourself in front or and share it in the social media. Yes or no, class?
Yes, sir.
How many of you like to record yourself and then share it on the internet? How many of you like to do it?
I don't.
Anyone? All right. You don't, but that is the reality nowadays. Okay. To apply for a job, to show that how well or how good you are at certain things, you have to do it. Okay. So, without whether you like it or not, this is the life that we are living in 2021. So, some of the good things, it is good for you to share it publicly. Some of the things you better keep it to yourself. Okay, do not share it in public, right? So that is about the 5 tips of making a good video resume. Okay, so what are the do's? The do's in preparing for the video resume. Okay, dress professionally in business attire. Okay, if it requires you to wear a suit, then you can or you have to wear the suits. Keep it short, 1 to 2 minutes. Okay, 2 minutes is the maximum. Do not exceed 2 minutes. Look at the camera, not at the desk or table below you. Okay, so your eye should be looking at the camera. Okay, and smile when you are presenting. Okay, smile when you are presenting. Remember, present, not reading. And lastly, do not speak too fast. Okay, for this slide, okay, the last thing is do not speak too fast. Okay, you can slow it down. I know that you are nervous. Try to arrange your delivery in a very good manner. Okay, so do not speak too fast. Okay, next, take time to prepare. Okay, this is very important for your assessment, especially. So let's say you are given 2 weeks to prepare for a video resume. Make full use of the 2 week, not until the last minute. For example, English is very simple. I have been learning English for 11 years. So I can just do it with like a snap of a finger. So let's wait until the last time. Then I'm going to prepare the video resume, and the outcome is not going to be the one that you are expecting. Okay, so if you start early, you will have more time to edit the video, to do the re-recording, okay, to retake some of the scenes perhaps, okay, and please make full use of the time given to you. Okay, focus on the result. discuss why you would be a good employee and what you can do for the company that hires you. So again, the aim of you preparing the video resume is to get a job, okay, is to be called for an interview. So you need to highlight why you are the best candidate for the job vacancy offered in the company. Okay. Next, do not forget to provide contact information. So at the end of the video, so when you reach the end of the video, you can reach me by contacting. So you show this finger, and then at the bottom of the screen, it will appear, okay, your contact number and your email address. All right. And then also create a script or storyboard. Okay. If you prepared a script, there is a possibility that you're going to read the script instead of you presenting it. Okay. So my suggestion, you can do a script, but do not rely to it 100%. Okay. When you prepare a storyboard, it will be helpful in the sense that you know in next scene what you are going to do. So this is scene number 1, scene number 2, scene number 3. Okay, the setting will be different. Okay, scene number 1 is going to be in front of the entrance of UMP, for example. Scene number 2, it will be at the lab. Okay, scene number 3, it will be in your room. You're doing your programming, for example. So by focusing, by following the storyboard, it will help you. It will help you to create a smooth video resume. Okay. Make sure there is no or there isn't any background noise and that the wall behind you isn't too busy. Okay, so please avoid recording by the roadside. It is noisy. Please avoid recording in the plant, okay, or at the plant, right, or in the factory where the machine is running at the back. So it's noisy. We cannot listen to your voice, okay. And then there are none or no people like moving back and forth behind you, right? But if there is a need for you to record yourself at that kind of surrounding, okay, make sure that the voice is enough. We can listen to you, and please try to reduce the number of movements at the back because it is afraid that it is going to be distracting. Okay. Next, practice what you are going to say ahead of time. So the script will help you, and also the storyboard will also help you at the same time. So if it is going to be the introduction to your video resume, so you're going to showcase yourself, okay, standing in front of the main entrance of UMP. So what are the things that you're going to see there? Okay, and do not forget to start by mentioning your name. Okay, so hi, assalamualaikum, and good day, everyone. My name is Muhammad Shafiqul Zaman. So you are highlighting about your name. Okay, so people need to know who are you, right? And then focus on your professional endeavors, okay, not your personal ones. Okay, something that makes you different compared to the others in the sense that a professional achievement, okay, and make sure that it is related or relevant to the job that you are applying for. And lastly, say thank you to the viewer for considering you for employment. Okay, your aim is to get or to be called for an interview, but before you're being called for an interview, say thank you to the viewer because they have spent their time to watch your video resume. Okay, and lastly, the don'ts, right? Do not mix your personal life with your personal life. So just highlight something that is very good about you. Let's say you are good at working in a group or in a team. On the other hand, you are a late comer. Okay, so you like to come in late. So do not highlight that kind of information and try to change whatever bad habits that you have. And do not expect your video resume to replace your traditional resume. Okay, remember you only have like 2 minutes, and then once you start recording, okay, you know that 2 minutes is actually too short. Right? So most of the information will go into your traditional resume. The video resume will be supplementary to what you have prepared earlier in your resume. But actually, when it comes to the interview, that will be the right time and where you are going to elaborate more about your achievement, your qualification, and your skills. Okay. And lastly, the last part is the quickest way to acquire self-confidence is to to exactly what you are afraid to do. Okay, just to share with you, I am afraid of height. Okay, I am afraid of height. Right, if I go to KLCC, just at the top floor, okay, which is next to Kinokuniya, okay, I seldomly get myself closer to the center ring, okay, because looking down, okay, it is like, I don't know how to say it, I'm afraid of height. Okay, how do I overcome my fear? Okay, I try to do, what do you call it, not flying fox. Okay, I tried to do flying fox. It is a very good experience. Right after the flying fox session, okay, I wanted to do more. So that is how you can gain more confidence. For example, you are shy to present in front of the others, okay. So the only way to do it, to overcome your fear, is to do it. So you have to record yourself giving a presentation about you, okay, in the video resume, and that is how it goes. Okay, so that is my suggestion on video resume. Okay, class? Right, so question, please. Question? Class,
No, sir.
do you
Sir,
know what you're supposed to? Yeah,
someone want to ask, do we need to wear formal?
okay. It depends on the job that you're applying for. But normally, okay, when you're going to prepare a video resume, of course, you're going to wear a proper attire. Not really formal, but a proper attire. So if you're going to record yourself under a hot, sunny day, of course, you're not going to wear a suit. So you need to wear a slack, a leather shoes, for example, okay, and then long sleeve shirt with a necktie. That will do, depending on the situation. If you're going to record yourself at the lab, okay, inside the lab, all right, so you need to wear a proper attire according to the situation. So maybe you need to wear a lab coat, okay, and then of course try to avoid informal kind of attire, for example, like round neck t-shirt, okay, shorts, tights, and so on. So remember that you are applying for a job regardless. Later on, when you have been appointed or when you have been hired, you can wear jeans and t-shirt later on, but still before the process of getting the job, okay, during the before you are being called for an interview, you need to showcase your professionalism. Okay, so in this context, please wear proper attire. Okay, right. Any other question? Class, any other question? No? Right, so the last thing that I'm going to share with you, this is also in Kalam, okay? Right, this is about your next assessment, okay? Your next assessment. This is week 6, so you have 2 weeks to go for your next assessment. So assessment 2 video resume, it carries 20% of your overall marks. Okay, so this is in Kalam. You can go and get it there. All right, the course learning outcomes involved in this assessment are KCL01 to use appropriate and accurate language in written and or oral communication. So you're going to prepare a script, a storyboard, and then at the same time, you have to present yourself. Okay, and then to apply appropriate and accurate content in written and or oral communication. So when you are preparing for video resume, there are certain things that you have to do it professionally. Okay, so you're going to use the right content. For example, you have graduated, so you are going to assume that you have graduated from University of Malaysia Pahang, majoring in computer science, for example. Okay, and then what is your CGPA? Okay, that is an accurate content. But in this context, is that you have not completed your study yet, so you're going to assume that you have completed your study. Okay, and then lastly, to demonstrate effective delivery strategies in oral communication. Remember, eye contact, gestures, facial expression, okay, are very important. Right, so instructions here, create a 1 minute and 45 second to 2 minute video resume. So your video resume should be within 1 minute and 45 seconds to 2 minutes. Okay, not 1 minute, but 1 minute and 45 seconds. Okay, upload your video on YouTube and submit the video URL, Uniform Resource Locator, the link, www.youtube.com and / what is the link. Okay, so you need to record it on your own, and then you have to upload it to YouTube and just share the link. So I'm going to create another post, okay, in our Google Classroom, where you can submit the link of your video resume. Okay, so the video resume submission is due on May 2nd at 11:59 p.m. week 8. So this is week 5. This is week 6. Next week is week 7. And then after week 7, we are going to have the mid-semester break. And then once you come in back, okay, after week 7 is going to be week 8. Okay, so week 6, week 7, mid-semester break, and then week 8. So you have roughly like 3 weeks to go. And I believe with this time frame, you will have enough slot or enough chances for you to prepare a very good video resume. Okay, so please start early, and then you can always do correction or amendment to your video resume. Okay, right. So the situation given here, you have recently graduated from a diploma program and want to apply for a job relevant to your field of study. So if your background is in computer science, so you assume that you have graduated in diploma, okay, with that qualification in certain area, which is computer science, okay. So to market yourself, you have decided to upload a video resume to your social media platform, okay. So in this context, maybe you're going to use LinkedIn, okay. Create a 1 minute and 45 second to 2 minute video resume. Your video resume must be creative and inspiring. In the video, you must include, okay, what are the things? Number 1, basic information about yourself. Who are you? Okay. Number 2, the element that makes you different from other candidates. Okay. So you can highlight about your qualification, you can highlight about your experiences, you can highlight about your skills. Okay. Next, technical skills. So technical skills are skills related or relevant to the scope of study, your scope of study or your field of study. For example, okay, you are doing computer science or graphic design. And then your technical skills, for example, you are good at AutoCAD or you are good with programming. Okay, so you can put it under technical skills. Okay, for soft skills over here, it is like, okay, and you can highlight that you have been appointed, okay, you were appointed before to run a program, and then for the program, the university choose you to be the head of the program. Okay, so you lead the program and it went successful. So you can highlight that one of the soft skills element that I have acquired during my study at UFP is leadership skill. And you elaborate what have you done to show that you have a good grasp of that soft skill. Okay. And lastly, do not forget to put in the contact details. Okay. So at the end of the video, you can maybe like show to the bottom of the screen that if you want to know more about me, you can contact me through my mobile phone number, or you can also email me. Okay, you give your email address. Okay. So for disclaiming purpose, okay, you need to provide a disclaimer at the beginning of your video, whether it is written or spoken. My suggestion, okay, just put it in written form and it appears in the beginning of your video. So what are you supposed to write? Okay, you put it like this. Disclaimer, this video resume is created for the purpose of UHL1432 English for Occupational Communication Assessment. So let's say if after this it went viral in Siakap Keli or in vocab.com, for example, okay, people know that this video resume is actually meant for this assessment for the course of UHL1432. Okay, so it will be more respectful for you to have this disclaimer being put at the beginning of the video, and people know that you have prepared it for this kind of purpose. All right. And lastly, if you go to the handout, you will have the marking scheme. Okay, so you can see how you are being evaluated from the assessment of video resume. Okay, so you can get this in Kalam as well. If you go to Kalam in week 6, all right, so I have shared with you the two videos, the two PowerPoint slides, okay, which we have discussed earlier. And lastly, you have assessment to the video resume, the one that I've just presented to you now. Okay, so that's all from me. All right, I believe I have covered everything about video resume. So you have like 3 weeks to go. Okay, and from time to time, okay, if you need help, you can always reach me and ask me regarding it. Okay, any question, class, about video resume?
No,
Oh,
sir.
yes, sir.
Yes, yes, no question.
Understand, sir.
Okay, how about the others?
No question, sir.
All right. So, okay, we are not going to have a class on Thursday because I am attending a workshop on asset management, university asset management. But you can reach me through WhatsApp, okay? I will be there, all right, if you need my help regarding the video resume assessment, okay? So make use the time that you have today until 1st of May, okay? There are 3 weeks for you to do or to complete your video resume. Of course, next week we're going to have a class, okay? But please make use of the time that you have, any free time that you have, okay, to record yourself, doing the video resume, and then once you have done with the recording, you can do the editing part. And once you're satisfied, maybe you can share with me first, okay, and ask about my opinion. And after it is fully satisfied, then you can upload it to YouTube and you can submit the link in the topic that I'm going to create in Google Classroom. Okay, class? So I believe that's all from me today. I'm going to stop the recording now. If you don't have any other question, okay, so I'm going to stop recording now.